The wealthiest spot on this planet is not the diamond mines of South Africa. It is not the oil fields of the Middle East. It is not the gold veins of South America. The wealthiest spot is the cemetery down the street from your house, filled with business plans that were announced and never delivered, songs that were previewed but never produced, visions that were posted but never planted. I got news for you. Noise is not progress. Applause is not altitude. Write that down. The cemetery is loud with the echoes of intentions. But greatness does not shout in the womb. It is conceived in silence. I want you to write down our assignment for this moment. Stay silent. Let results speak the eagle's strategy for unstoppable progress. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top. Say it with me out loud. I don't need applause while I'm building. I need altitude. Say it again so your fear can hear you. I don't need applause while I'm building. I need altitude. Silence is not absence. It is incubation, the womb of results. A seed buried in the soil is not dead. It is protected. A child in the womb is not inactive. It is developing. When the Creator wanted to reset a nation, He hid Moses for years in a desert. When the King of Kings came to earth, He was quiet for 30 years and shook the world in 3. Ecclesiastes says there is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Proverbs declares that even a fool is counted wise when he keeps silent. Please write this down. Construction sites are full of scaffolding, not speeches. Builders don't hold press conferences for foundations. They pour them. My greatest dream and wish for you is that you will not add to the wealth of the cemetery. Before you die, protect your seed in silence so you can die empty, not full of unbuilt blueprints, not full of half-baked announcements, not full of applause clippings. Consider me Mama Eagle for a moment. I'm going to push you to a place where your hunger for results is greater than your hunger for recognition, where your solitude concentrates your power and your secrecy guards your seed. Scientists tell us pressure forms diamonds. The scripture tells us, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Waiting is not wasting. Waiting is winding the spring. Waiting is weaponizing your quiet. I got news for you again. The crowd will always ask for updates, but destiny only responds to outcomes. Mature builders announce fruit, not flowers. Are there eagles here who can handle the hush? Then write this last line for today's foundation. Protect the conception. Present the completion. If the cemetery proves that potential can be squandered by public performance without private process, then our first defense is sacred silence. Guard the seed now, so when you finally open your mouth, your fruit will do the talking. Now let me confront the disease that keeps good people noisy and empty, applause addiction. I want you to write this down right now. Premature speech dilutes momentum. Every unguarded word bleeds energy from your assignment. I got news for you. Some of you are tired not because your work is heavy, but because your mouth is leaking the strength your work requires. Proverbs says, he who guards his mouth preserves his life, and a babbling fool comes to ruin. Please write that down. Your destiny has a mouth guard. Approval is the pigeon's oxygen. Purpose is the eagle's oxygen. Choose your air. Say it with me. I choose purpose over praise. Again, I choose purpose over praise. Scientists tell us that the brain gives you a burst of dopamine, a sugar high, when people clap, comment, like, and share. That sugar feels like success, but it is not strength. Discipline from purpose is protein. Dopamine from likes is candy. Candy pacifies. Protein builds muscle. If you keep nibbling applause, you will never chew wisdom. If your celebration is louder than your construction, your building will be weak. Let me define it negatively so you never forget. Public announcements are not accountability. Fruit is accountability. Jesus said, beware of practicing your righteousness before men to be seen by them. And he added, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. That is not secrecy for fear. That is secrecy for focus. You think you're creating pressure to perform when you announce your intention, but what you are doing is deceiving your brain into a counterfeit reward. You posted coming soon, and your body said, we've arrived. Then your hands stopped working. Clap your hands if you understand the trap. Good. Now write this down. Announce fruit, not flowers. Tell your neighbor, protect your power, post progress after proof. Go ahead, look them in the face and say it again. Protect your power, post progress after proof. Because when your roots are shallow, your noise is loud. And when your roots go deep, your fruit appears without speeches. Galatians 1:10 asks, am I now trying to win the approval of men or of God? If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. Translation, you cannot serve applause and your assignment at the same time. Pick your master. Are there eagles in this room? Then breathe purpose and leave the pigeons gasping for likes. Here is your practical correction. Please write, keep your ideas silent until it survives a prototype. Keep your partnership silent until it survives a pressure test. Keep your victory silent until it survives 90 days of repeatable results. Replace coming soon with now available. Replace pray for me, I'm thinking about launching, with here is the impact. Here are the metrics. Here is the fruit. Evidence is the loudest voice and it doesn't shout. Say this with me one more time so your habits can hear you. Stop feeding on applause. Start feeding your assignment. If applause is draining you, identity must retrain you. The pigeon lives on attention. The eagle lives on intention. In a moment, I'm going to show you the rare breed called the eagle, so your lungs can change and your altitude can begin. Now let me introduce you to the rare breed called the eagle, because identity answers questions that strategies keep asking. I want you to write this down. Eagles fly alone, identity precedes strategy. Write that down. If you don't know who you are, you will borrow costumes from crowds and still be naked in purpose. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top. Lift your voice and say, I choose altitude over audience. Say it again so your insecurity can resign. I choose altitude over audience. I got news for you. The Creator never compared himself to a pigeon, a duck, or a vulture. He said, I bore you on eagle's wings in Exodus 19:4, and Isaiah 40:31 declares, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. If the Creator said he is like an eagle, then we must study the eagle to discover design. And if we discover design, we will not apologize for destiny. Please write this down. Design determines behavior. Behavior produces results. Results confirm identity. You don't imitate outcomes. You adopt identity and outcomes imitate you. Eagles fly alone. That is not arrogance. That is assignment. Pigeons swarm to sidewalks. Ducks chatter in ponds. Vultures circle dead things waiting for yesterday's failures. Eagles rise to heights where chatter loses oxygen, where dead things cannot follow, where silence becomes fuel. Your problem is not that you can't fly. Your problem is that you are carrying a chorus that loves the ground. Tell your neighbor, leave the chorus and find the current. Leave the chorus and find the current. Because there is a current reserved for rare breeds, and it does not run through comment sections. It runs through consecrated focus. Let me make it plain with a holy either or. Be common and loud, or rare and high. Be a billboard or be a mountain. Be a performer or be a producer. Your identity sets your ceiling. If you call yourself crowd, you will live by claps. If you call yourself eagle, you will live by calling. Say this with me. Our covenant for construction, no applause while I'm building, only altitude. Again, everyone, no applause while I'm building, only altitude. Clap your hands once as a funeral for the need to be seen and a birth certificate for the need to rise. Scientists tell us the eagle sees farther than the average bird, but vision without identity is frustration. Identity gives vision, its spine, its patience, its appetite. That is why when storms come, pigeons hide and eagles ascend. Altitude converts pressure into lift. So when you choose eagle, you are choosing a life where pressure is not a post but a platform, where quiet is not punishment but power, where solitude is not loneliness but laboratory. Now that your name has changed, we will translate this identity into practice. I'm going to give you 7 discipline principles, gates to shut, tests to run, storms to ride, systems to build, so your confession becomes construction and your altitude becomes inevitable. Are there eagles here? Then meet me in the principles at the top. Before I give you number 1, I must lay a law, a revelation that governs everything else, the law of quiet conception. Please write this down right now. Vision is a seed. Seeds die in public, but live in protected soil. Say it again as you write it so your habits can hear you. Seeds die in public, but live in protected soil. Womb time theology. Even the Creator hides greatness in gestation patterns, revealed principles. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret, says Psalm 139. Moses was hidden 3 months. Jesus lived 30 hidden years and changed the world in 3. Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. Habakkuk 2-3 declares, the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. Conception requires quiet. Appointment requires patience. Rushing is abortion. Look at the eagle. She does not lay her egg in the marketplace. She ascends to a high cliff, weaves a nest with thorns outside and softness inside, and covers the egg with her body. Scientists tell us those eggs must be warmed in stillness and turned at set intervals. Too much exposure cracks potential before it's formed. I got news for you. Claps can crack shells. Noise can scramble destiny. Everybody say, guard the womb, deliver only when due. Say it again with authority. Guard the womb, deliver only when due. Now here is your practical boundary share vision by phase, not by fantasy, reveal roots, not raw seeds. At conception, it is you, your God, and the journal. At germination, it is a quiet test under pressure, not a trailer for a movie you haven't filmed. At rooting, it is repeatable results over 90 days, not coming soon. At budding, you present metrics, testimonies, undeniable fruit. Mature builders introduce babies by birth certificates, not ultrasound photos to strangers who don't love them. Write this down. What you conceal in the right season becomes what you cannot contain in the next. Some of you are frustrated because you keep opening the soil to prove the seed is growing, and every time you expose it to air, you interrupt the root. I got news for you. If it can be discouraged by comments, it isn't rooted yet. If one sarcastic text can dismantle your schedule, you are not in labor, you are in imagination. Either you are incubating or you are performing. Either you are guarding the womb or you are courting the crowd. Choose. Say it with me. I choose incubation over exhibition. Good. Clap once to bury the need for validation. Let me pass to you for a moment. The appointed time is not the convenient time, it is the constructive time. The eagle knows when to lift her body, when to feed, when to cover. She is not led by weather, she is led by design. So be led by design. Your design is to protect until proof, to hide until heat has done its work, to silence every voice that would make you peel back the soil early. When the roots are deep enough, the fruit will force the announcement. Evidence is the loudest voice, and it does not shout. Everybody, one more time. Prophesy over your project. Guard the womb, deliver only when due. Because your future demands it, your legacy requires it, and your assignment deserves it. And hear me well as we turn the corner. Guarding the seed requires controlling your circle. Principle number 1, please write this down and say it as you write it. Shut the gate of approval. Mature builders announce outcomes, not intentions. Say it again, until your old habits get nervous. Mature builders announce outcomes, not intentions. The eagle does not advertise eggs. She presents eaglets. Jesus said, by their fruits you shall know them, Matthew 7:16. Not by their forecast, not by their flyers, not by their flowers, by fruit. I got news for you. Flowers are promises. Fruit is proof. We are done with perfumes that never become produce. Now let me give you the rule like a fence around your destiny. Write this in bold. No timelines online. Only time-stamped outcomes. No coming Q3. No watch this space. No big announcement soon. That is pigeon language. Here is eagle language. Delivered on May 3. Ship version 2 at 4:15 p.m. Closed 2 contracts this week at a 31% margin. Read 600 pages and executed 3. Changes, results attached. Time-stamped outcomes, not teaser timelines. Everybody say announce fruit, not flowers. We are going on a detox because approval is a drug and we are breaking its hold for the next 30 days. A no announcement fast. Move in silence. Measure in private. Write this down. No previews, only products. No hints, only history. Replace performance posts with production logs. In your journal, not the internet. Document hours worked, experiments run, prototypes built, pages written, clients served, calories burned, code committed, calls made proof over performance. At the end of the fast, if the numbers speak, then you still don't shout, let them whisper from the scoreboard. Proverbs says, he who guards his mouth preserves his life. Proverbs 13:3. Guard it like a vault. I want to create a holy either or right now, because decisions require edges. Choose applause now or authority later. Pick one. You cannot drink both at once. Applause gives you a moment. Authority grants you a mantle. Applause is sugar. Authority is strength. Applause is today's echo. Authority is tomorrow's throne. Tell your neighbor with courage, I choose authority. Tell the other neighbor, I choose fruit over flowers. Now give yourself a hand for choosing fruit over flowers. Come on, celebrate the funeral of your need to be seen prematurely and the birth of your power to deliver unquestionably. Let me pastor you like Mama Eagle. When you shut the gate of approval, you starve the pigeons around your life. The ones who stay for the show will leave when the stage goes dark. Good. That is the mercy of silence. In the quiet, you will hear design again. In the quiet, pressure becomes prayer, planning, production. And when the 30 days are over, your log will be a mirror, not a megaphone. If it glows with consistency, keep flying. If it exposes drift, fix it without a press release. Write this last line for principle 1. Seal the lips, increase the lift. Announce fruit, not flowers. And hear me, once the gate is shut and the noise is gone, do not open it for company too quickly. In a moment, we will deal with who gets access. Because after you silence the crowd, you must test the people who remain. Principle number 2, write this down right now. Eagles always test before they trust. Say it with me so your heart can hear it. Test before you trust. Trust is not a gift. It is the reward of past tests. I got news for you. Some of you are hemorrhaging power, not because your idea is weak, but because your inner circle is untested. Proverbs 11:13 says, a gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. The scripture didn't say a friendly person, it said a trustworthy person. Familiarity without fidelity is a security breach. Please write that down. Let me give you the eagle's lesson. Scientists tell us the female eagle does not mate with swagger, she mates with proof. She ascends, snaps a twig from a branch, climbs to altitude and drops it. The male must dive, calculate the wind, and catch the twig before it hits the ground. She picks a higher altitude, a heavier twig, colder air, stronger currents, again and again, until she knows that in a storm, with eaglets in that nest, he will not miss. Only then does she trust. Everybody say, the twig test. Now translate it to your life. Give small, reversible assignments to reveal loyalty and skill before you give the nest. Write this down as your relational strategy. Twigs before treasures. Before you grant platform, give a project. Before you share plans, share a paragraph. Before you give passwords, give a policy. Luke 16:10 declares, he who is faithful in little is faithful also in much. Your littles are twigs. Send a confidential brief. See if it stays off the street. Give a 48-hour deadline. See if time respects you. Offer a budget with constraints. See if stewardship speaks. Let criticism visit. See if humility answers. And if they leak, they leave. Tell your neighbor with authority, if you leak, you leave. Tell the other neighbor, if you leak, you leave. That is not cruelty. That is custody of vision. Now put a legal fence around your relational field. Design your NDAs and your non-negotiables. 3 C's. Confidentiality, competence, character. Confidentiality, silence about sensitive data, no screenshots, no side chatter. Competence, consistent delivery under deadlines, accuracy over ego, learning under pressure. Character, tell the truth when it costs, own mistakes without spin, honor decisions even when unseen. Make them sign the NDA before access. Agree to the C's before alliance. And remember, Access without agreement is permission for betrayal. I want you to write down your twig list tonight. 5 tests for every new person. Time test, money test, criticism test, confidentiality test, correction test. Pass 5, we proceed. Fail 1, we freeze. Because egos select company by altitude, not availability. When your circle is tight and trusted, storms stop being drama and start becoming elevators. Are there egos here? Good. With a proven team around you, we will face the wind together and use the pressure for altitude, not post. Principle number 3, write this down right now. Storm discipline. Eagles love storms. Scientists tell us when dark clouds gather and headwinds howl, the eagle does not flee. She climbs. She locks her wings, faces the wind, and the very pressure others fear becomes an elevator. Headwinds become highways when you hold your wings. Say it with me. Use pressure for altitude, not posts. Again, use pressure for altitude, not posts. I got news for you. Pressure is a ladder when you refuse to make it a performance. Now hear the correction with love. Write this down. Narrating your pain wastes it. Converting it multiplies it. Some of you are doing a documentary on your disappointment. Scene 1, betrayal. Scene 2, delay. Scene 3, debt. Stop the film and start the flight. Here is the holy either or. Rant or rise. Depression or altitude. Pity party or power practice. Choose the updraft. Say it out loud. I choose the updraft. Because storms are not judgments against eagles. They are invitations to higher air. Let me give you quiet protocols in crisis so your instincts stop giving free shows to the crowd. Number 1, speak to advisors, not audiences. Your followers are not your physicians. Proverbs 11:14 says, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Call the 2 or 3 proven voices you tested with twigs and process the facts. Number 2, document lessons, not emotions. Open your journal, not your social feed. What happened? What broke? What belief was exposed? What blind spot appeared? Number 3, establish a silence window for the first 24 to 72 hours of a hit. No public commentary, no hints, no vague posts. Pray, plan, and then produce. James 1-2-4 tells us, count it all joy, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, that you may be perfect and complete. Joy is not a feeling, it's a frame. Frame the storm as training, not theater. Data your storms. Please write this. Every storm must leave receipts. After the wind, ask and answer. What got stronger? Systems, stamina, or skill? Did your onboarding document tighten? Did your cash reserves extend a week? Did your coding accuracy rise? Did your sales script sharpen? Did your morning rhythm survive without applause? Record it. Romans 5-3-4 declares, we glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. If it didn't produce anything, you turned a ladder into a stage, not again. Tell your neighbor with authority, no posts in a storm, only plans. Tell the other neighbor, no rants, only results. And make this your internal checklist when the rain hits. Stabilize your posture, hold your wings, strengthen your core, pray in the spirit, study the currents, find the lesson, schedule the lift, convert pressure to process, then fly. When the metrics return, let them whisper. Evidence is the loudest voice, and it doesn't shout. Now hear the bridge to where we are going. Storm strength is multiplied by shadow work. The eagle's glide in the gale is purchased in unseen hours of muscle and feather alignment. Likewise, your ability to turn pressure into altitude rests on systems built off stage. In the shadows, we will construct the machinery that makes storms your best employees. Principle number 4, work in the shadows. Systems before spotlights. I want you to write this down right now. Obscurity is an asset while you build systems. Say it again to your soul. Obscurity is an asset while you build systems. The eagle's grace in the gale is forging muscles aligned in quiet. Your greatness in the marketplace is forging routines aligned in silence. Invisible systems create visible success. Everybody, say it with me. Structure is my silent megaphone. Say it again. Structure is my silent megaphone. Let me pastor your calendar. Your future is hidden in your daily non-negotiables. Write this shadow checklist and prepare to live by it. Morning skill block, output quota, review loop. The morning skill block is sacred, one focused hour at the start of your day where you sharpen the edge that pays your bills and advances your assignment. No screens, no applause, no audience, just skill development, tool mastery, content creation, deep work. Then the output quota decide in advance what today will produce. 3 pages written, 1 prototype shipped, 5 client touches completed, 20 cold calls made, 1 module recorded, 1 contract drafted, 1 workout finished, not busy produced. Finally, the review loop, 15 minutes at day's end to close feedback. What shipped, what slipped, what system must tighten tomorrow. Morning skill, midday output, evening review, shadow rhythm. Proverbs 22:29 says, do you see a man diligent and skillful in his work? He shall stand before kings. Skill plus system escorts you to kings, not claps. Proof, not posts. I want you to record deliverables, not declarations. Timestamp the work and stack the receipts. Pages written, count them. Prototypes shipped, catalog them. Clients served, log them with outcomes. Invoices sent, payments collected, code committed, sets completed, lessons taught, document reality. Matthew 6:6 declares, your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. The reward is public, but the work is private. Keep the ledger sacred. When someone asks, what are you working on? Let your next release answer. I got news for you. Repetition is revelation. Consistency reveals design. When you repeat the same skill block, the same quota, the same review loop, your patterns expose the truth. You will discover your peak hours, your leak points, your true velocity. Out of repetition comes refinement. Checklists become SOPs. Templates replace improvisation. Automations replace memory. Triggers replace willpower. Write this down. Automate the repeatable. Document the improvable. Calendar the important and eliminate the trivial. The more decisions you move into systems, the more altitude you reserve for strategy. Tell your neighbor, make your day predictable so your results can be remarkable. Everybody lift your voice. Structure is my silent megaphone. Again, structure is my silent megaphone. Because when you systemize, storms become routine upgrades instead of crises. Your team can run the play without you because the play is written. Your cash flow stops gasping because the invoice cadence is coded. Your creative well stops drying because the morning skill block keeps dripping life into it. Obscurity is your ally while you wire the house. Only fools invite a tour while the electricity is exposed. Now here is your activation for the next 7 days. Block the first hour for skill. Set a quantifiable quota before noon and close the day with a written review. No exceptions. At the end of the week, read your ledger aloud to yourself and to your trusted, twig-tested advisor. If the pages, prototypes, and people are increasing, keep flying. If not, adjust the system, not the selfie. Invisible systems create visible success. Now take that momentum into our next move. Iterate in private until your results are undeniable. Principle number 5, please write this down right now. Prototype in private. Say it with me. Private iteration produces public inevitability. Again, let your old habits hear you. Private iteration produces public inevitability. I got news for you. Success is a result of a series of failures. To document them, don't display them. Proverbs 24:16 declares, a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. The rising is public, but the falling is private laboratory work. Stop turning your lab into a lobby. Here is your engine. Write it in big letters so your calendar can obey it. Design, test, measure, refine, repeat quietly. Design the smallest version that proves the value. Test it with controlled conditions. Measure with honest metrics. Refine without speeches. Then repeat and keep repeating until the result refuses to be ignored. Say it aloud. Iterate till it's inevitable. That's ego talk. Now I want to introduce you to silent sprints. Please write 2-week bill windows with postmortems, no public previews. 14 focused days where the doors are shut, the phone goes quiet, the feed is off, and the work is on. Sprint plan on day 1, daily deliverables in between, post-mortem on day 14, what shipped, what slipped, what system must tighten, what truth did we learn. Then roll into the next sprint without a trailer. Ecclesiastes 3:7 says there is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Sprints are the time to keep silence. Launch day is the time to speak. Use your twig testers. Everybody say twig tested betas. Trusted beta users are your controlled wind tunnels, limited access, clear objectives, written feedback, contained risk, 5 to 15 people who sign the NDA, pass the character test, and agree to structured input, no scope creep, no gossip. Give them the twig, not the nest, a feature, not the full platform, a chapter, not the whole book, a module, not the entire course. Then measure. Did usage increase? Did confusion drop? Did completion rates rise? Did revenue per user move? Iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:17, not spectators. Write this boundary as a covenant with your future. Bury your bloopers in the journal, not the feed. Keep a failure ledger date, hypothesis, experiment, result, lesson, change. If you don't name the lesson, you will repeat the loss. If you narrate the loss to strangers, you will recruit pity instead of progress. Either you are building a product or building a performance, pick one. In the private place, learn loud to yourself. In the public place, let the fruit whisper. Now hear me with love. Remove the cushions that keep you comfortable. Comfort is counterfeit safety. It is a soft nest that delays your wings. In your next sprint, set constraints that force flight. Shorten the deadline by 20%. Cut the feature list to the vital few. Cap the budget to sharpen creativity. Limit the inputs to one advisor. Schedule the beta date so your hands must move. Luke 14:28 asks, who intends to build a tower and doesn't sit down first and count the cost? Count it, then constrain it. Cushions create excuses. Constraints create excellence. Tell your neighbor with courage, fail fast, fail quiet, learn loud to yourself. Tell the other neighbor, iterate till it's inevitable. Because when you honor the cycle, design, test, measure, refine, and you run silent sprints with twig-tested betas, failure becomes fertilizer. And when fertilizer has done its work, fruit appears without you shouting. Evidence is the loudest voice, and it doesn't shout. Now get ready. Because in a moment, I'm going to take the cushions out of your nest on purpose, strategic discomfort that forces flight. Principle number 6, the thorn nest. Consider me Mama Eagle right now, because love will not let you rot in a soft bed. The eagle returns to the nest when the eaglets are plump and comfortable, and she begins to remove the feathers she herself placed there. She exposes the thorns, the sticks, the hard places, and then she hovers over them, beats the air, and forces them to the edge. Deuteronomy 32:11 says, as an eagle stirs up her nest, flutters over her young, spreads abroad her wings, takes them, bears them on her wings. Why? Strategic discomfort activates dormant wings. Please write that down. Strategic discomfort activates dormant wings. Now I want you to write this in bold letters in your spirit. Convenience kills calling. Constraints catalyze calling. Say it with me. Until your flesh submits. Convenience kills calling. Constraints catalyze calling. I got news for you. Your destiny is allergic to comfort. So we are going to remove the feathers, your cozy habits, and introduce thorns, holy constraints that push you to the edge where wind can find your wings. Here are your thorns. Number 1, a no snooze policy. Feet on the floor within 60 seconds of your alarm, water to your lips, prayer to your God, and straight into the morning skill block we established. No negotiations. If you snooze, you lose altitude. Number 2, limited tools. 1 notebook, 1 primary app, 1 camera, 1 code editor. Decide and delete the rest. Tool hopping is feather chasing. Focus is thorn forged. Number 3, deadlines with teeth. Not soon, not around Friday, but Thursday 4 p.m. shipped. Missed deadline equals consequence. Public to your inner circle, private to the world. Number 4, budget caps. Set a hard ceiling for the sprint. If it doesn't fit the cap, it waits. Constraint creates creativity. Number 5, standards defined. Done is not worked on. Done is written, edited, shipped, prototyped, tested by 5 twig users with 80% completion. Sales call, logged with follow-up, sent. Write your definitions. Number 6, weekly demo to your inner circle, only Monday at 4 p.m. 20 minutes, receipts only. No performance, no slides, unless the product requires it. If it can't be demonstrated, it doesn't exist. Everybody say, it's time to fly now. Say it again till your excuses tremble. It's time to fly now. Tell your neighbor with courage, the nest is supposed to poke you. Tell the other neighbor, thorns are mercy. Because when you feel that prick in your schedule, in your budget, in your tool set, that is heaven saying, get off the cushion, go to the cliff. I want to give you a holy either or, because destiny always arrives as a decision. Either you fly now or you live on a pension of excuses. Pick one. Either you turn deadlines into lift or you turn delays into lullabies. Either you embrace the sting of standards or you settle for the numbness of almost. Choose altitude. Lift your voice and say, I choose altitude. Let me pastor your calendar for this week. Tonight, remove one feather. Delete the app that steals your morning. Tomorrow, install one thorn. Set an unmovable 4 p.m. ship window for your sprint deliverable. By Friday, limit your tools, lock your stack, and toss the rest. Sunday night, send your inner circle the demo slot and the definition of done. And when your body complains, smile and thank the thorns. They are training wheels for wings. Remember, Mama Eagle will let the eaglet fall, then catch, then drop again until the falling awakens the flying. Some of you are in the repeat right now. Drop, catch, drop, catch. Don't curse it. It is saving your life. James 1 says the testing produces maturity. Pressure is producing pilots. And hear me as I said our next move. After the sprints and the thorns, the wise eagle schedules renewal without noise. There is a secret place where old feathers are plucked, new strength grows, and altitude returns. But first, feel the prick, move to the edge, and jump, because it's time to fly now. Principle number 7, write this down right now. Renewal in secrecy. Say it with me. Strategic withdrawal renews the power to win without noise. The eagle teaches us one more holy mystery. When her strength wanes, when feathers are heavy and vision is blurred by debris, she withdraws to a high hidden place. She pulls out old feathers. She rubs her beak on the rock until the dullness is gone, and she waits no applause, no audience, just design and time, healing, strength. Then she returns sharper, lighter, higher. Leaders need molting seasons. Please write that down. Leaders need molting seasons. Now, let me give you a sentence that will save your assignment. Write this in bold. Rest is not retreat, it is repair. Say it again until ambition bows. Rest is not retreat, it is repair. I got news for you. Tired wings drift toward crowds. Renewed wings rise toward storms. When you find yourself craving comments more than clarity, you don't need another post, you need a secret place. Isaiah 40:31 declares, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Waiting is not wasting. It is wiring strength back into your bones. Design your quiet retreat with intelligence and reverence. Write this down. Digital Sabbath, fasting, deep study, creative first alignment. Digital Sabbath, one full day every week with devices down, notifications off, silence honored. Let your dopamine detox and your discernment return. Fasting. Choose your restraint. Food, sugar, media, speech, but let the body and the soul remember who is master. Jesus said, when you fast, your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:17-18. Deep study, scripture first, then your craft, then your systems. Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Creator first. Alignment loads wisdom into your next 90 days. Give your molting a schedule so it is not a rumor. Daily, 30 minutes in the secret place. Pray, journal, read, listen. No agendas, just alignment. Weekly, 24 hours of digital Sabbath walk. Worship, review your life without a screen. Quarterly, 3 days of sequestration. Airplane mode, simple meals, long scripture, long thinking, a single skill intensive block each day to replace old feathers with new ones. Psalm 23 says, He restores my soul. Restoration is a system, not an accident. Now map your renewal to your re-entry. Fresh feathers mean fresh skills. Choose one competency to sharpen to razor's edge in this molting cycle. Fresh beak means a fresh message. Refine your pitch, your proposition, your sermon, your sales script until it cuts clean. Fresh sight means fresh vision. Clean the lens of your future. Prune the clutter from your 3-year map. Write what you will stop doing. Are there eagles here? Then say it with me. Molt to mount up. And when you return from secrecy, don't announce the retreat. Announce the results. Your Father who saw the secrecy will certify the fruit. Psalm 91:1 says, He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Abide first, then advance. In a moment we will measure fruit metrics, milestones, a quiet launch, and let the evidence speak for you. Because evidence is the loudest voice in the room, and it doesn't shout. Now, let the fruit speak. Write this down. Publish outcomes, not opinions, case studies, not captions. Say it so your algorithms can hear you. Outcomes, not opinions. Jesus said, by their fruits you shall know them. Matthew 7:16. Not by their followers, not by their filters, by their fruit. Proverbs 14:23 adds a holy slap. In all labor there is profit, but idle chatter leads only to poverty. Evidence is the loudest voice in the room, and it doesn't shout. Sight like an eagle, set 5-mile metrics. Eagles see 5 miles ahead. Wise builders do too. Write this down. Leading indicators you can see early. Lagging indicators that confirm. Leading inputs. Hours in the morning, skill block per week. Sprints completed on time. Prototypes shipped. Qualified outreaches made. Demos booked. Customer success touch points executed. Cash on hand days. Cycle time from idea to test. Bug backlog burned. Pages written, workouts finished. Lagging outputs, revenue per product, retention, churn, completion rates, average order value, time to first value, net promoter score, profit margin, testimonials earned. Early sight guides your wings. Late sight confirms your altitude. Tell your neighbor, measure the miles. Tell the other neighbor, count the right things, because what you count compounds. Now, your quiet launch playbook, minimum words, maximum evidence. Step 1, soft open to a twig tested customer group, 5 to 20 users who signed your NDA and agreed to measured outcomes. Step 2, deliver value for 30 days, no press, just process. Step 3, capture before and after metrics and 1 paragraph. Testimonials problem, process, proof. Not it was amazing. Reduce onboarding from 10 days to 3. Close 12% more deals. Finish the book in 21 days. Step 4. Publish a 1-page release. 3 case studies, 2 charts, 1 60-second demo, 0 adjectives. Step 5. Let customers talk first. Repost results, not rhetoric. James 2:18 says, show me your faith without works, and I will show you my faith by my works. Show it. I want to give you an evidence kit. Write this down. Receipts over rhetoric. Time-stamped screenshots. Ledger of shipments. Dated invoices. Paid before, after, dashboards. Feature change log. And a 3-sentence case study. Problem, process, proof. That 1 page is your press release. If you must say a word, make it a number. If you must make a claim, make it a chart. Let me authenticate this with my own life. I carry scars, missed deadlines that taught discipline, contracts that collapsed and forced better systems, betrayals that refined my twig test. Those scars are receipts, not regrets. Galatians 6:17 says, I bear in my body the marks prove you paid. Excellence is the voice. I don't need to convince critics, I need to continue creating. Excellence will speak on my behalf in the court of results. Everybody do me a favor. Give yourself a hand for choosing fruit as your press release. Come on, celebrate the decision. Say it with me. Evidence will speak for me. Again, evidence will speak for me. Now gather your metrics. Assemble your evidence kit. Schedule your soft open and keep your mouth measured. Because when fruit shows up, arguments sit down. In a moment, I will convert everything we've learned into a concrete 90-day Eagle Silence protocol. 12 weeks of disciplined solitude, storm discipline, shadow systems, private sprints, thorn constraints, scheduled molting, and a quiet launch that makes altitude inevitable. Are there eagles in this room? Then tighten your metrics, prepare your kit, seal your lips, and meet me in the next 90 days where fruit does the talking and we mount up without a microphone. Now we move from revelation to regimen. Write this down. In 90 days of disciplined silence, altitude becomes inevitable. This is your Eagle Silence protocol. Are there eagles in this room? Then answer me with a decision. Say it with me. I don't need applause while I'm building. I need altitude. Again, louder for your future. I don't need applause while I'm building. I need altitude. Days 1 through 7. Approval. Detox. Seal your mouth and fast from announcements. No hints. No previews. No big news soon. Psalm 141:3 says, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Make that your prayer. Next, define the vision seed on one page, Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain. What will you build? For whom? By when? And how will we measure? Done. Then list your confidential circle, 3 to 5 twig-tested advisors, only names, roles, boundaries, cadence. Finally, set your thorns no snooze covenant, lock tool stack, daily ship window, budget caps, and a standard for done written in ink. Speak it to your soul. Convenience kills calling. Constraints catalyze calling. Days 8 through 30, shadow systems. Establish the daily morning skill block, 1 focused hour. Same time, sacred, non-negotiable. Set clear output quotas, pages, prototypes, touches, workouts, receipts, not rhetoric. Close each day with a 15-minute review loop. What shipped? What slipped? Every 7 days. Conduct a twig test demo, only to the confidential circle. 20 minutes, outcomes only. Action items captured. Run silent sprint has shown 14 days. Plan on day 1. Postmortem on day 14. No public previews. Matthew 6:6 whispers, your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Let secrecy be your sanctuary. Days 31 through 60. Prototype privately. Run silent sprint, #2 and #3 back to back. Invite 5 to 15 betas under NDA. Clear objectives. Start and end dates. Structured feedback forms. Refine your metrics, leading indicators. You can see early skill hours, demos booked, cycle time, and lagging indicators that confirm revenue per user, completion rates, profit margin. Practice storm drills daily. When a problem appears, write the problem, write the process you will run, and then capture the proof produced. Problem, process, proof. No rants, only results. Days 61 through 75. Renewal window. Schedule 3 to 5 days of molting. Retreat devices down. Scripture open. Long walks. Long thinking. Reset feathers. Choose one skill to sharpen to razor edge. Reset beat. Refine your message. Pitch or sales script until it cuts clean. Reset site. Clarify targets for the next quarter. Prune distractions. Isaiah 40-31 promises. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, withdraw to return with wind. Days 76 through 90. Quiet launch. Deliver the product to the market segment you designed for no confetti, just delivery. Collect before and after data and 1-paragraph testimonials. Problem, process, proof. Publish outcomes only a 1-page release. 3 case studies, 2 charts, 1 60-second demo, 0 adjectives. Let customers speak first. Evidence will be your microphone. Excellence will be your sound system. Now look at me and decide, make a decision to not add to the wealth of the cemetery. Die empty, not silent. Be silent while you build. Let your results do the speaking. Say it again with authority. I don't need applause while I'm building. I need altitude. In 90 days, your metrics will testify, your systems will sustain you, your storms will serve you, and your fruit will settle every argument. Are there eagles in this room? Then go in disciplined silence, ascend in strategic solitude, and meet me at the top where the wind is our witness and the work speaks our name.